he will also prefer one beautiful and great action, to many and small actions. And this perhaps happened to be the case with those who have died for their country or their friends. Worthy men, therefore, choose a great good for themselves, and will give up their riches in order that they may obtain a greater number of friends. For thus, indeed, riches befall the friend of the worthy man, but that which is really beautiful befalls the worthy man himself. But he distributes to himself the greater good. There is also the same mode of conduct with him as to honours and dominion. For he will give up all these to his friend. For this to him is beautiful and laudable. Reasonably, therefore, does he appear to be a worthy man, who chooses that which is beautiful in conduct, instead of these things. It may likewise happen, that he may give up actions to his friends, and that it may be better for him to be the cause of their being performed by his friends, than to do them himself. Hence in all laudable things, the worthy man appears to distribute to himself more of that which is truly beautiful. After this manner, therefore, as we have said, it is necessary that a man should be a lover of himself, but it is not proper he should be so in the way in which the multitude love themselves. CHAPTER 9. With respect to the happy man, also, it is doubted whether he will be in want of friends or not. For it is said, that those who are blessed and sufficient to themselves have no need of friends, because things truly good are present with them. As they are, therefore, say they, sufficient to themselves, they are not in want of any thing. But a friend, being a man's other self, imparts to him those things which he cannot obtain through himself. Whence also it is said, when divinity is propitious, what need is there of friends? It seems, however, to be absurd that those who attribute every good to the happy man should not give him friends, which appear to be the greatest of external goods. But if it is the province of a friend rather to benefit than to be benefited, and if it is also the province of a good man and of virtue to benefit, and it is better to do good to friends than to strangers, the worthy man will want those who may be benefited by him. Hence, likewise, it is inquired whether there is more need of friends in adversity than in prosperity, because he who is unfortunate is in want of those by whom he may be benefited, and the fortunate are in want of those whom they may benefit. Perhaps, however, it is also absurd to make the blessed man a solitary being, for no one would choose to possess every good by himself, since man is a social animal, and is naturally adapted to live with others. This therefore will also be the case with the happy man, for he possesses those things which are naturally good. But it is evident that it is better to pass the time with friends and worthy men, than with strangers and casual persons. Hence, the happy man has need of friends. In what respect, therefore, is the first assertion true, that the happy man is not in want of friends? Is it because the multitude think those persons to be friends who are useful to them? The blessed man, therefore, will not be in any want of such persons, since real good is present with him. Neither, therefore, will he be in want of those who are friends on account of the delectable, or he will want them but for a short time. For since his life is delightful, he will be in no want of adventitious pleasure. But not being in want of friends of this description, he does not appear to be in want of friends. This, however, perhaps is not true. For it was observed by us in the beginning, that felicity is a certain energy. But with respect to energy, it is evident that it is in generation, or is passing into existence, and is not present with him who energizes, like a certain possession. But if to be happy consists in living and energizing, and the energy of the good man is of itself worthy and delectable, as we observed in the beginning, if also that which is appropriate ranks among the number of things that are delightful, but we are more able to survey our neighbours than ourselves, and their actions than our own, and if the actions of worthy men that are friends are delightful to good men, (for both have those things which are naturally delectable), if this be the case, the blessed man will be in want of such friends as these, since he deliberately chooses to survey worthy and appropriate actions. But the actions of a good man, who is a friend, are of this description. It is likewise thought to be necessary, that the happy man should live delectably. The life, therefore, of a solitary man is indeed difficult. For it is not easy for a man to energize continually by himself, but with others, and towards others it is easy. The energy, therefore, will be more continued which is delectable by itself, which should necessarily be present with the blessed man. For the worthy man, so far as he is worthy, rejoices in the actions which are conformable to virtue, but is indignant with those which proceed from vice. Just as a musician is delighted with beautiful melodies, but is pained with those that are bad. A certain exercise of virtue likewise will be produced from living with good men, as also Theognis says. To those, however, who consider this affair more physically, it appears that a worthy friend is naturally eligible to a worthy man. For it has been said by us, that what is naturally good is of itself to a worthy man good and delectable. To live, however, is in animals defined by the power of sense, but in men by the power of sense or intellection. But power is referred to energy, and that which has the principal authority in a thing consists in energy. It seems, therefore, that to live is properly either to perceive sensibly or intellectually. And to live is among the number of things which are good and delectable, for it is a definite thing. But that which is definite pertains to the nature of the good, as it also appeared to the Pythagoreans. And that which is naturally good is also good to the worthy man. Hence, to live appears to all men to be delightful. A depraved and corrupted life, however, ought not to be assumed, nor a life of pain. For such a life is indefinite, as well as the things which belong to it. This, however, will be more evident in what we shall say concerning pain hereafter. But if to live is itself good, it is also delectable, and it appears that it is so from this, that all men aspire after it, and especially worthy and blessed men. For to these life is most eligible, and the life of these is most blessed. He, however, who sees, perceives that he sees. He who hears, perceives that he hears. And he who walks, perceives that he walks. And in a similar manner in other things, there is something which perceives that we energize. But we may perceive that we perceive, and we may understand that we understand. For us, however, to perceive that we perceive, or to understand that we understand, is for us to be. For we have said that our very being consists in perceiving sensibly, or intellectually. But for a man to perceive that he lives, is among the number of things essentially delectable, for life is naturally good. And for a man to perceive that good is present with him is delightful. But to live is eligible, and especially to good men, because existence to them is good and delectable. For having a co-sensation of essential good, they are delighted. As, however, the worthy man is disposed towards himself, thus also he is disposed towards his friends. For a friend is another self. As therefore it is eligible to every one for himself to exist, thus also or similarly it is eligible to him for his friend to exist. But we have said that existence is eligible, because it is for a man to perceive himself, which is good, and a sensation of this kind is of itself delightful. It is necessary, therefore, that he should at the same time perceive that his friend exists. But this will be effected by living together with him, and in a communication with him of words and thoughts. For it would seem that in this way men are said to live together, and not as cattle, by feeding in the same place. If, therefore, existence is of itself eligible to the blessed man, since it is naturally good and delectable, the like also must be asserted of a friend. And hence a friend will be among the number of eligible things to the happy man. But that which is eligible to him ought to be present with him, or in this respect he will be indigent. The man, therefore, who is to be happy, will require worthy friends. CHAPTER 10. Are numerous friends, therefore, to be procured? Or, as it appears to be elegantly said of hospitality, Want not, nor be of multitudes a guest. May it also in friendship be appropriately